And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here for the daily. What exactly is going on in cryptocurrencies and the rest of the world? Good morning, my friends. Good morning, my family. Is Bob up? Oh, let's see if Bob's up. No, he ain't up yet. He's sleeping. He's union. For those of you that don't know, Bob is my camera. There he is. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to everyone else, including Bob. Today, we are going to talk about the new economy. Those of you involved in cryptos, those of you involved with the Founders Group, those of you involved with crypto world, with some of our projects on the Founders Group. And if you're interested in the Founders Group and the Founders Group platform, click the link under the video. Go check it out. You can subscribe every month or not. It's up to you. It's an investment platform. Just check it out. I think you'll like it. We all are living through this transition. And the transition we're going through is from the old system. And when I say system, that includes everything. That's the government. For those of you following what is going on with Elon, right? Those of you who are following what is going on with cryptos, and I'm not talking about the junk like FTX. That's the junk of the old system. FTX was a scam, basically. But it was a created scam from the old system to fund the election that we just had. Because the Progressive Party, now I'm going to do a show on this, and I have in the past. Hey, hold please. Thank you. The Progressive Party is not as large as you think. The progressive movement, which is the cancer movement that swept through America over the last 100 years. That's the progressive movement. That let's give it a start date of the Civil War. The Civil War is what led into the progressive movement. We We lost America at the Civil War. And then the Reconstruction phase was the shift into the new system that they were putting us into. That's where we're at right now. We are right before the Civil War. See, you have to think in real life and not in movie clips. All right? Yes, the Act of 1871. Yes, right? That's what shifted us from a constitutional representative republic into a sloppy republic, progressively moving into a organized democracy. That is the issue of America. But that issue is a global issue. Once the Civil War was over, then the progressive movement reorganized itself and launched World War I. World War I was the original war to launch the globalist movement. Once they had America, they progressively shifted America into the military of the world, of the progressive movement. Eisenhower warned us about the military industrial complex. But a lot of people forgot he also warned us about the medical industrial complex. He didn't warn us about this, but it was there. The Hollywood industrial complex, the education and university industrial complex. What he was warning us about was this progressive movement, saying, hey, watch out. There's a group of Americans, and he used that word very lightly, of Americans that are trying to shift the government into the system and absorbing the American system into the progressive system. And that's the system we live in now. We live in a progressive America. This is not the natural America. This is not the America that our founding fathers envisioned for us. Abraham Lincoln was not a patriot. He was an effective president, but he was not a lover of the Constitution. They used him just like they've used many presidents They used him, and then once his usage was over, they eliminated him. See, Abraham Lincoln did not want to destroy America. The others did. So they used Abraham Lincoln to get us through the Civil War. All right. But after the Civil War was over, is when they no longer needed him because he wanted unity. They didn't want that. They needed the conflict. They needed the progressives in place to reorganize the Constitution. See, Abraham Lincoln didn't want to change the Constitution. What he wanted was he wanted a managed bankruptcy. That's what Abraham Lincoln wanted. Hence, launching the greenback. Well, as soon as he was no longer with us, they rolled that greenback right back into the Treasury. All right. That went away. A few years later, they launched the Federal Reserve. See, this has been a progressive movement towards global centralization of control for hundreds of years. And the leaders of this centralization, the true leaders of the progressive movement, has been the Caesarian Mafia. Now, the Caesarian Mafia are Jewish, but they're not actually Jewish. Their bloodline is mostly German and Scandinavian, but they claimed Judaism as a religion. Then they worked to eliminate a lot of the other Jews because they didn't want the true Jewish out there. They only wanted their brand of Jewish. And their brand of Jewish is the progressive movement. It's global control. See, that's why a lot of the Jewish people that were killed in the Holocaust, those were not Caesarian Jews. Those were real Jews. A lot of the Caesarian Jews were shipped off to America. A lot of them were shipped off to the Middle East. The, as they called them, the important Jews were not the Jews that were put in the concentration camp. This is fundamental to understanding where we're at now. It's fundamental to understand this, that it's it's why the Jewish religion, think about this, the Jewish religion is the only large religion that isn't trying to grow. They aren't advertising for more Jews. You know, come join the Jewish religion, because it's not about the faith. It's about the bloodline. The bloodline is the most important thing to them. And uh, this is exactly right. Right? Caleb nails it. Right? Let me give you an example. Right? For those of you eating breakfast, you might want to take a second. Part of the original Jewish, the Caesarian religion, or what they said is their religion. We've all heard of circumcised and uncircumcised, right? Did you know that to actually be circumcised as a Jew, that a rabbi, please, if you're eating breakfast, turn down the volume for about 10 seconds. The rabbi has to chew with his mouth and his teeth the foreskin off of the child's penis. That's not a joke. That's true. That, and if you know why they do it like that, is even worse. Look it up, folks. I'm not making this shit up. But if you understand why they're required to use their mouth to do it, whoa, then you go down the rabbit hole. And that leads to a deep, dark hole, my friends. Chris, look it up, brother. It's in the original Old Testament. It is performed to this day. Look it up. See, the new system we're moving into is a system oh, so, hey, Isaiah, someone wrote, hey, Ben, you're taking this way too far to sell laptops. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, God. The, the new economy is the split between the old system going away and the new system. The new system is rolling out right in front of us. Some of us are involved in it, right? And some of us are invested in it. Some of us are actively shifting the system. What I want my viewers to understand, oh, now, Jim, there's a sales slogan right there. Mr. Flanagan, if you don't want to have your foreskin chewed off, get a laptop. Son of a bitch. Oh, this is why I love doing this show. You can't make this shit up. Speaking of laptops, no, I'm only. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so this system, we're all seeing it happen, right? Those of us who are awake, not woke, but awake, and in cryptos, understand that we've reached the point where it's obvious now the only system is the blockchain system. Did you guys see the president of Ukraine and our elderly old folks home resident yesterday in that press conference? Did you guys catch how our resident old folk, how he warned Russia? Listen to the warning he said. He warned Putin, you risk having your culture and the history of your country eliminated from history. Now, that makes you think, wait a second, how do you eliminate a country or a culture from history? Why would Joe Biden say it that way? Also, the day before, on all of the mainstream media channels, they were talking about the January 6th investigation as not really having any teeth, but to set the historical record. I can't tell you how many times I heard that yesterday and the day before. That this January 6th hoax was to set the historical record. See, that's why they do these things. While we're all sitting there going, wait a second, none of this is true. This is all bull. January 6th hearings left out left out testimony from 80% of the police officers that were there. The police officers that were saying, no, that's not what happened. They were not allowed to testify. Only the police officers and the officers of the state that lined up with the narrative of what they were wanting to record in history. Remember, everything that is said in Congress and in the Senate is recorded into the American records. So when we look back, see, this is what they did during the 1960s. This is what they did. That's why Congress has these hearings and they invite who they want to invite. It's why Trump's house was raided and those documents. They want to make sure that certain documents, certain testimony is not entered into the American records. So that in the future, they can educate the populace on the history of America. All right, we got Bonnie. Hey, Ben, you really need to take into account that there are a lot of ladies listening to this also, not just dudes. Uh, and I say, what did I say? And I say this was a message only for men. I don't remember saying that, but okay. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, um, this show is for women and men. So, welcome, ladies and men. There we go. Okay. Um, so, this, where was I? That like threw me off. I'm like, wait, w- w- what did I say? uh, this is how they've set the record straight for years. Is that's why they called the New York Times the the uh, the uh, the recorder of history or whatever they called it, and the paper of records. So see, the future is manipulated with the past. That's why you can't find any translated Hitler speeches. There we go. It's they don't want you to get both sides of the story. They only want their side taught. This is how they manipulate us. They they have manipulated a whole generation, actually more than they have manipulated 4 generations of Americans who shift us using the Overton window. All right. So that now we've reached a point where our children and our grandchildren are so unplugged from reality that we got all this bullshit going on. This, oh, that's just nasty. Carrie's foreskin cookies. Oh, that's horrible. Horrible. Funny as shit, but horrible. That is such a bad mental picture. The new system is the decentralization of the worthy parts of the old system. See, what they're learning, what FTX, and I want everyone to understand this, all right? What FTX was the old system players trying to move into the new system. But the new system will not allow that structure of a company to exist. It cannot happen. Right? The new system, that's why it was so easy to bring down. See, the new system is solely going to be based on truth. In the new system, truth is going to be valued over everything. Truth will be re-authenticated over and over again. All right? Truth will be verified over and over and over again. So that when something like FTX tries moving into the new system shoots it right back out and says, nope, bullshit. The new system is going to be based on trust and verification, hence the Bitcoin, hence Litecoin, hence these. If you're a company in the new system, you're going to have to prove your value every single day. That's why, all right, a lot of companies are they're using this new investment, structure. It's um, go, governance, environment, social. It's like social, government, environmental. Someone help me out. There's like an acronym for it. It's basically, yes, ESG, uh, environmental, social, and governance. All right. ESG is an investing standard that they're trying to push. All right. ESG, those projects are losing money like crazy because their focus, the focus of the company is not profit. If you don't focus on profit, then you need to be subsidized. You see what I'm saying? Let's look at every railway or um, um, every government program is subsidized by the government because the free market sees no value in it. There's no added value. Right? It's they've created ESG, environmental, social, and governance. The environmental will be the carbon credits. Social will be your social score, not your credit score, your social score. And then governance. Do you have the progressives leading the company? If you don't have progressives leading the company, and if your company is not following the carbon credit guidelines, and 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 you aren't willing to shut your clients off using their social score. See, this is what's coming for Visa and MasterCard. Your your credit card, your credit card will now soon be linked with uh, your social media and what you purchase. I want to address this. Elon got lots of money from Trump administration. Yes, he did. Elon got a lot of money from the progressive system that Trump took over. That's why I've been trying to tell you guys, this has been planned for years. See, the American financial system is the money laundering system for the progressive movement. Elon Musk and Trump and others were utilizing and participating in the money funneling system. How do you think Trump got rich? He said it on all, he said it when he was getting elected. He said, how do I know the system's corrupt? What did he say? I use it. Trump played the game. Elon played the game. See, you don't get to where Elon is and Trump are. You don't get there unless you're playing the progressive financial system. They don't let you get that rich unless you're in the system. The numbers, all right. The America First movement started in 1994. What we're living through right now started to be planned in 1994. The initial planning of what we're going through right now was started to be planned in 1994. And this group has been involved. All right. This group has been involved for, yeah, all right. He joined, yes, all right. But that was another group, all right. After JFK died, that's when this group, this self-organizing collective, you have to understand there's two bloodlines. This is multi-generational, right? I thought it was after JFK died. It was. But that group originated from another group called the John Birch Society. And that's when the Reagan years were planned. See, notice that Reagan was a Democrat before he was a Republican. Notice that Trump was a Democrat before he was a Republican. You have to see the rinse and repeat over and over and over again. Now, the problem that Reagan had that Trump did not have was the military. Reagan did not have sufficient protection from the military. Reagan, he got popped a few months after that mother plucker took office. They got his mind, well, actually, they got his wife's mind right real quick. And that's when Reagan knew we're going to have to do this a different way. We're going to have to go after the currency. See, Reagan thought that they could just remove the heads of the departments and that would change the government. Reagan didn't understand how deep the progressive movement had infiltrated the bureaucracy. Reagan didn't understand that the bureaucracy was set up where when you chop one head off, another head pops up. Back. So they pop Reagan. Now, mind you, the dude who shot Reagan was at a dinner with Reagan a week before. Did you know that? I bet not. All right. There's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. Do you remember who shot Lee Harvey Oswald? Write it in the chat. Who shot Lee Harvey Oswald? Anybody? Come on. You've got this. Jack Ruby, right? Who was Ruby's landlord? Who owned the building that Ruby's strip club was in? George Bush. Exactly. Now, you have to understand these are all bloodlines. These are all bloodlines. Right? So, fast forward. Reagan realizes, damn it, we can't destroy it from the top down. So, what did they do? My good friend, Mr. Big Swear, they took the smartest man that they had, all right, Rumsfeld. I think it was Rumsfeld, wrote the computer software for digital money. And they jacked up the interest rates. Now, they jacked up the interest rates all the way to 20. Do you know why? Because they mathematically calculated. Think about this, folks. You got to dive deep. All right. When they jacked up the interest rate, they knew that it would come down over time. The interest rate was the countdown. Yeah, Alan Greenspan. Alan Greenspan was a computer programmer. Right? So they set the interest rate way up here. That's when they started the clock for 2009. See, they tried it right after 9/11 or right before 9/11. They tried to kick off the reset right before 9/11. Who announced that the Pentagon can't account for $4 trillion? Who who announced that? Alan Greenspan. Exactly. The next day, what happens? Planes hit, or Rumsfeld. Yeah, Rumsfeld. All right. Rumsfeld was with Reagan. All right. Uh, yeah, all right. Alan Greenspan was in the 70s. He was the coder. Rumsfeld was, right? Rumsfeld was with Reagan, right? My point is all these Greenspans and Rumsfelds and all this. Yeah, $2.1 trillion just went missing. Don't know where it's at. Sorry, folks. So this all happens. The interest rate set at 20 was a clock that they started. This has been going on for years and years and years. You have to understand that we are now in the Great Reset, but the Great Reset is creating a great split. And the great split is freedom versus slavery. Digital slavery or digital freedom. And this all revolves around identity. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about identity, the the history, and the importance of identity on tomorrow's show. So join me tomorrow. And if you have foreskin, or if you do not have foreskin, even if you don't have a penis, you need a Liberty laptop. Oh, I lost my hair. Thanks, Bob. Call 702-845-8276 or go to calixsolutions.io. And this is not me joking around. Someone, if you purchase a crypto laptop or a Liberty laptop, someone who purchases one of those laptops is going to receive a free laptop. Right? Let me explain this real quick. If you purchase a laptop during December, your name will be put in a hat, and we are going to send you, and we're going to draw one name of one person who purchased a laptop during December. That person will get the laptop, or should have gotten their laptop already. We're going to send you another laptop for free. Now, it won't be a crypto laptop or a Liberty laptop. It will just be a regular off-the-shelf laptop that you can give to someone else. All right? Then, good luck, everybody. See you tomorrow. Oh, and join the Patreon channel. Next Wednesday's show is going to be badassery. I'm already loving it. Hang on one second. We have, you must purchase a laptop between December 2022 and you'll be entered to the raffle for the laptop. Yep. So, if you buy a Liberty or crypto laptop this month, you're entered to win another laptop. There we go. All right, everyone, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.